There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Allow me to show it to you.
Don't be afraid. That's when the cannibalism started.
These guys are good. Scary good.
Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. For Marcus Parks, I'm Ben Kissel. With us, as always, the scientist, the genius, the mastermind of all that is evil.
Japanese Henry Zabrowski. Oh, I got the rice in my hair. Rice in my hair. I got the sushi belt.
Why?
Belt made out of sushi.
2 weeks in a row.
Did I do this last week?
Yeah, you were Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Japanese Henry Zabrowski.
Oh, weird.
Getting farther and
Why am I
farther
doing
away.
this?
I don't know. What?
I'm not quite sure myself.
Either way.
I mean, I know why. I know it's because
It's
you're
just 'cause I'm
racist.
racist.
You're just extremely racist.
Oh,
He's
man.
just a big fan of female soccer, and God knows the Japanese gals beat the pants out of the American gals.
Seppuku.
Seppuku'd all of them. Seppuku'd the U.S. teams.
But that's something you can't do to somebody else. It's something you do yourself.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
And as a matter of fact, the U.S. team did kind of shoot themselves in the own foot there. So they kind of did seppuku
That's an American
themselves.
seppuku.
Indeed it was.
It's when you're shooting yourself to make yourself dance in some sort of old-timey saloon.
That's actually a great idea. Perhaps I would have had a better two-step if I would have done that in the high school dance.
Yes, that's true. And welcome back to our second of the series of In Search of the Boogeyman.
Chasing the boogeyman, ladies and gentlemen. So in order to chase the boogeyman, you must first understand the boogeyman inside of yourself.
Yes.
Are we or are we not boogeymen? So today, we took a test created by, what's the name?
Dr. Bob Hare.
Dr. Bob Hare. Now, this is the psychological exam given to people to see if they're a sociopath or not.
Or technically, it's psychopath. The PCLR, which is the test. What it does is it gives you various sort of abstract situations, and then on a scale from 0 to 2, you put whether or not it applies to you, and then if you reach a certain number, you're a psychopath.
That's correct. So we called in our own expert, Molly Neffel.
Who living with John Neffel is an expert on psychopaths.
Holy
because this is
Lord.
the thing, what people
Why
don't know
isn't
about
the
John
soap
Neffel.
clean?
You know, it's exactly, yeah. He's got all those hats made out of animal skin.
It's bizarre.
He sleeps upside down. He's a cutter. That's
didn't
the
know
thing
that.
that people don't know about John Neffel.
Yeah.
He's a cutter. He
knew
cuts
that.
himself because he can't feel feelings.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he hides it behind those studious glasses and his sort of liberal demeanor that he has feelings.
He calls making himself a salmon.
What he does is
Gives himself a little
he
cuts in
dresses
the-
up like people and then he acts like them. Like, what's that movie with Matt Damon? Rupert Gimli.
Rupert Gimli.
What's it
I
called?
think it's Rupert Gimli.
Incredible Mr. Ripley.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Rupert
Oh, okay.
Gromley. Yeah, Grindley Stevenson. But he's like that. He likes to pretend to be other people, then go around, kill them, and then take over their lives.
Well,
But,
God knows. So that's why we got his sister to conduct the test, because she's a great judge of a psychopath character. And so we've already all taken about the 20-minute exam. And I think we're going to bring Molly in here.
we don't know what the results are.
No idea. All I know is the results are going to be mildly terrifying.
Yeah, I'm very interested.
How do you feel? What do you feel you're going to...
I'm feeling them in the middle of the two of you. I'm
Middle of
feeling
the two.
Ben. I'm thinking you're on top. Henry, you're on bottom, and I'm the lucky Pierre.
I'm afraid.
Oh, my!
Lucky Pierre.
Look at me! Well, I've never been so happy with somebody's prediction in my life. I like that top.
All right, so do we want to get little Pale Otter in here?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going
That's
to
her
bring...
Indian
Well, we're going to hear, before we get the gal in here, we're going to hear a little bit, some of our answers from the test first.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
absolutely.
take a listen and see how crazy we may or may not be.
I hope this doesn't turn you off from the podcast. It shouldn't, because if you're listening to this, you got problems.
And what's a website they can get the psychological test themselves?
I just looked up the PCLR.
PCLR, Google it and find it for yourself. Email us at
ccrpodcastnetwork@gmail.com.
CCR
Our podcast network at ccr.com. What's that again?
Shut up.
Shut up. So you can
Some asshole took cavecomedyradio@gmail.com, okay?
Who would do that?
I don't know.
Who's
I'm going to kill him!
You're not. Oh.
Well, you
God,
never know.
I see beasts in my dreams. They never asked that question, though.
No, they
of all
didn't.
of them, it's just like, when you look in the mirror, do you see a skull laughing? If you do, I put a 4 down for that. Hi, hello, Henry. I'm the skull that is you.
All right, listen to see what questions they do ask.
I'm going to say, first of all, first thing, I'm not a psychopath.
Well, we're just going to let the statistics decide that. So I would appreciate you remaining totally professional here. All right?
I'm not a psychopath.
So-
The thing is that psychopaths would say that.
Well, believe me, I've been in this business a long time. I've heard it all. So you
That's
think
true.
that you know
You're
what
the
they
expert.
would say. I am.
You're the
I'm
expert.
So, are you ready for number 1?
Fuck yeah.
You're so confident in your gift of gab that you believe you could sell flood insurance to someone living in the Sahara Desert. Actually, you remember selling flood insurance to this old lady that lived near Death Valley when you were mooching off your Aunt Sally in California and needed some extra cash. You already cleaned Aunt Sally out. Dumb old hag thought you were the sweetest lad. Ha! Fooled her. Now,
1. I'd give a 1.
a 1. So
Yeah.
just to reiterate, 0 means I would never, ever think that.
Yeah.
1 is like, yeah, sometimes, maybe. And then 2 is like, of course.
Yeah.
So you're saying 1.
Give me a 1. I'm pretty confident.
fooling
I'm a
Aunt
confident guy.
All right.
Glib.
Number 13. You would sneak out frequently. You once ambushed a flock of sheep with a paintball gun, and you thought it was just the funniest thing ever. Since your parents forced you to go to church, you made the best of it by fucking a deacon's daughter in the bathroom during a sermon.
Okay, well, I did shoot paintballs did shoot cows with paintball guns, but never fucked the deacon's daughter in the bathroom. So
Would you have?
Would I? Oh, yeah, 2.
All right, that's definitely a 2.
Yeah, that is absolutely a 2.
Number 14. You're 40 years old, overweight.
I don't think that's sociopathic, by the way.
Number 9. It's not your fault that your kid almost drowned in your neighbor's pool while you were busy talking on the phone with that cute girl from down the street. Your ex should have taken them to swimming classes or something. Then this wouldn't have happened.
What was that one?
It's not your fault that your kid almost drowned in your neighbor's pool while you were busy talking on the phone with that cute girl from down the street. Your ex should have taken them to swimming classes or something. Then this wouldn't have happened.
Well, she wouldn't be cute, but I think that, accidents happen, So it's not like, learn how to swim. It's like, why did I buy you all those lessons?
I think that's a 2.
Yeah. Learn how to, survival, my friend. He won't drown, though.
Number 10.
Or she.
So, number 2.
Yep.
You were finally sleeping with your latest thing, and mid-coitus, she screams out, "Oh, God!" You think, finally, someone's calling me by my real name.
0.
0. You would never think that.
Not in sex. Because then it's just more like, why are you here?
All right. No qualifications necessary. You find yourself at a hotel pool with some family, and you're sitting around a table with your crackberry, ignoring everyone else. Your dipshit little nephew decides to shoot you with a squirt gun while you're not paying attention. He then drops the squirt gun and runs for safety, so you pick up the toy and gimp after him. He's about to get in the hot tub to hide, so you hurl the squirt gun at his legs, and he goes flying into the hot tub. Ha-ha! Little bastard.
So just throwing a kid into I'd say 1. Yeah. Because that just sounds like fun. I mean, the hot tub isn't like boiling hot, is it? I mean,
I assume it's a regulation.
if it's regulation, the kids fight. Yeah, come on, that's just what you do with. I don't know, 2.
2? All right.
That's what you do with. That's what kids are there for.
All right. Got it. Noted. Number 12.
Wait a second, could you read it one more time? Because I was only paying attention to like half of it.
Number 14. You're 40 years old, overweight, and fresh out of prison. You spend all day watching TV or sleeping, and you're still telling everyone how you're going to be a professional swimmer and win medals and shit. You've been saying this since you convinced your girlfriend in college you were going to try out for the Olympic swim team, and you haven't been to a pool in years.
No, because it's like, how is that even an enjoyable lie? Obviously not. I have a retarded brother who thinks he's still going to be a football coach, and it's just like, it's not going to happen. Anywho, so no swimming in this guy's future.
Number 5. You just started a new job, and you're sucking up to the boss and a few of your other uppers. You've also started working on your boss's secretary, and she has insider information on the company's workings. And once in a blue moon, you stop by the head honcho's desk for a chat, and you're convinced he has the hots for you. After you've gotten your support system secure, you subtly sabotage your supervisor with dirty gossip and the like. You plan to have his job in 3 months if all goes well. Yeah, just like your last job. Damn, you're clever.
0. That's not
0?
me. No. I do like gossip.
Who doesn't? After you've gotten your support system secure, you subtly sabotage your supervisor with dirty gossip and the like. You plan to have his job in 3 months if all goes well. Yeah, just like your last job. Damn, you're clever.
Well, if they're all dicks, I'd say probably 1 or 2.
1 or 2? You have to
1.
decide.
It's okay, 1.
1?
Yeah. Because if they're nice people, I probably wouldn't do it. But if they were all dicks, you know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh. For some odd reason, your boyfriend convinced you that going to the zoo and having monkeys fling their own fecal matter at you would be enjoyable. Not 10 minutes into the adventure, you're painfully bored and practically dragging your significant other past the exhibits. Then you come upon a pane of glass that was cracked, held together by packaging tape, and imprisoning a silverback gorilla. Your significant other is off looking at other animals, and no one else is in the building. Without a second thought, you grab a large rock out of the snapping turtle enclosure and throw. You grab your significant other and run out screaming, "The gorilla escaped!" You delightedly watch the mass hysteria ensue and think, okay, so maybe the trip wasn't a total loss.
I do enjoy that story, and I'm very impulsive. Might throw that rock. And everybody wants to see Silverback have a good time. Don't you think?
Is that a 2?
I guess so.
I can't. I'm an impartial expert.
I suppose a 2.
observer.
But I mean, it seems like a fun thing to do.
I think that's a 2. Your dad just died earlier this morning, and your mom is all distraught over the matter. After a few hours of pained expressions and fake tears for the visiting mourners, you wander over to the living room to watch some TV. Then, Mom comes in, looking for comfort and sobbing on your shoulder. If it were any other occasion, you'd pat her on the shoulder and pretend to care. But your favorite show is on, and it's the last episode of the season. So you tell her to get a hold of herself and pipe down for a damn minute because she's driving you nuts. Oh, because Daddy's death was just so sad and you want to take your mind off it.
0.
0.
What was that testing?
Lack of empathy. Cool. Number 8. Your dad just died earlier this morning, and your mom is all distraught over the matter. After a few hours of pained expressions and fake tears for the visiting mourners, you wander over to the living room to watch some TV. Then, Mom comes in looking for comfort and sobbing on your shoulder. If it were any other occasion, you'd pat her on the shoulder and pretend to care. But your favorite show is on, and it's the last episode of the season, so you tell her to get a hold of herself and pipe down for a damn minute because she's driving you nuts. Oh, because Daddy's death was just so sad and you want to take your mind off it.
I mean, you know, if your mother's mourning, you have to give her a few minutes to, like, cry. Like a 1? I don't know. It seems like you'd be a little bit overbearing there at the same time.
I always forget this area underneath my belly, but sun never goes there.
Keep it in. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got Molly Neffel. So, Molly, you have inquired upon all of us what we do and do not want to do.
It is. First of all, I want to say it's an interesting test.
It's an interesting test. It's a bit of a leading.
I don't know, because we talked about it during our segment where it was, I don't know whether or not you're supposed to sell it to the psychopath, or it's supposed to be, like, emotionlessly read.
The words do sell themselves, though. I mean, it says, ha, fooled her. So even if you read that emotionless, I think this is a test designed to lead you towards what the right answer is. But despite that...
Is there a right answer, Molly?
Well, depending on whether you think sociopathy is acceptable or not.
It depends.
Yeah.
Can I know I'm a professional and I'm completely neutral. Can I say that I am not at all surprised by the results?
Interesting.
Okay.
I want to know what that means. So let's go through. I guess, should we just do it question by question, or do we want to go through just an overall analysis of each person individually?
Let's do you tell us our overall scores, and then tell us what are the questions that had the biggest differences.
Sure. What I can give you guys is your scores, and I can give you a limited amount of statistical analysis of who of you, because there was questions that seemed like you all went one way or you all went the other way, and then the ones where you didn't are interesting.
That sounds fantastic.
Okay.
And so from what, can you give us the overall breakdown? I know, I'm very terrified.
I'm extremely terrified right now.
Am I a terrible person? Let me know, piece of 20 questions.
I felt really vulnerable.
It was
Did
so
you?
scary.
Just a little
Really?
bit. Because I don't want people to know what kind of snakes actually lurk in the bag of meat that is my head.
Oh, it's terrifying. So, what's the overall scale though? 0 to blank is normal, and what would it be to be a sociopath, and what is it to be normal?
Well, let's get the scores first.
Well, that
I want to get the thing.
Okay, yeah.
I think the closest to 0 is the more normal you are.
Okay.
There's 20 questions, and 2 is the maximum that you could. So if you had 40, you would be like a full-on sociopath.
Okay.
But
yeah, you wouldn't be able to take the test.
So
You'd be like
0 to 40.
I'm gonna kill you as soon as you sat down to take a test. Yeah.
yeah, so 0 to 40 is our scale.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you.
Should I give you
Every time
the?
you answer questions like answers 2. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck my own ass.
Are there
Hey, good.
Are there brackets where it's like from like 0 to 20 or like 0 to 10, 10 to 20?
Like 0 to
that?
10 convenience store workers, 10 to 20 comedian, 20 to 30 convenience store worker, and then 30 to 40 is just you don't need no job.
your
You're a
own.
fucking killer, dude.
In my materials, I don't have any breakdowns, but I think that I really think the results will speak for themselves.
All right.
Should I give you the winner first? And when I say winner, do I mean the most
Let's start with the
sociopath?
loser first, and we'll bring the winner in last.
That means the least sociopath.
Least sociopath.
All right.
Least sociopath.
Congratulations, Henry Zabrowski.
Whoa!
I mean, come on.
We knew that.
I'm
No,
a nice
everyone
guy.
was picking Henry.
A nice boy.
everyone.
Well, 'cause
I knew that.
Well,
Come
people wanted an interesting ending would to be turned out like Molly would leave and then the police would show up and I'd be getting carried away by police officers going like, they'll never catch me, they'll never get
I mean, but you're caught, Henry. They have you.
Pat Dixon thought it was going to be you, but I knew that it wouldn't be you, and you are the winner in the sense that you are the least sociopathic.
Line up, lady.
Coming in at runner-up, Marcus Parks.
All right, right in the middle.
Congratulations, Marcus.
I told you I'd be the lucky Pierre.
Oh my God.
You're always a bridesmaid, never a bride. And the winner,
The
Ben
big crazy
Kissel.
bride.
It's definitely not the winner.
Ben Kissel, the bridezilla. You are the most sociopathic person in this room right now.
Very
What-
good.
What were our scores?
All right. So Henry got a big 7.
Wow.
That's all you got?
That's
Big
all I got.
7.
Why'd you say 0 to everything?
Because I don't feel all those things.
When your fucking mother is crying, and it's like, shut up, Mom!
You're a psychopath.
Oh, I see. Well, there's some
That
evidence
is what
to
it
back
is. That's
up.
what it is.
Yeah.
I would just like to continue to pat myself on the back. I knew it was going to be Ben all along. Marcus, you got a 9.
A 9, not bad.
So you-
not bad.
you edged
I
Henry.
think you need a healthy dose of sociopathy to make it in this world.
Sure,
That's
yeah.
the thing.
Are you ready to hear Ben's score?
Please.
Oh God.
Marcus got a 9. Ben Kissel coming in 17 points.
Wow, you are the Tiger Woods of psychopaths.
How do you possibly get under a 10? The
Usain
were
Bolt
lying, is what you
of
were
crazy people.
No,
We weren't
first of
lying.
all,
We weren't lying.
You were lying.
No.
Okay.
No.
Why?
No.
If you lie on a psychopath test, that makes you a psychopath.
Exactly. I
Exactly. That's
figured
why you're crazy.
that, but I figured that I actually predicted that you would throw it, that you would answer questions dishonestly, but I can say that you did not. I feel like you
Well,
were being...
can we say that I did? On account that now I'm a socio? Fucking path?
You're not a psychopath. You're not one now.
No, 17 still is pretty good out of a
Still
scale of
fine.
40. Yeah, it's
Just
not bad.
compared to Marcus and Henry.
Yeah.
They were faking it. You guys were both faking it.
But
Oh, I love everything.
could
I don't love everything. I love my mother.
Your mother doesn't even know you exist.
You were never a boy. You were made this size.
I love
by
my
scientists.
parents, and I would join them in a grieving process, Ben.
Yeah, but it's like, shut the fuck up!
All right.
He's dead!
I
He's
don't
gone!
know. I
All
don't
right.
know.
Now, you guys may think that you're not seeing eye to eye right now, but amazingly, you answered a lot of the questions pretty similar. So I would like to share with you what I found the top scorers amongst all three of you. Poor behavioral controls.
Yeah.
was a big guy.
Yeah.
Impulsive.
Yeah, all three of you.
Because
Marcus,
the way
you
you
scored
framed
the
it too,
highest there.
with your annoying nephew doing things, I was like, yeah, of course, I'd throw the fucking thing at him.
Me too. Yeah,
That's-
that was one of my 2s as well. Yeah, I scored lowest. What did I score?
You scored highest for poor behavioral controls. That was the nephew one. You were like, I'm throwing that fucker in the hot tub, and these two were like, well, maybe a little bit, but not for sure.
Well, no, I mean that's what you do to children. They want you to do that.
The thing is,
Scariest thing anyone's ever said.
bears don't treat cubs gently.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're gonna raise a bear, you gotta act like a bear to the child.
Yeah, exactly.
Grabbing it
Does
in
that
his
make
neck.
sense?
mean,
I
the
got
thing is-
thrown into bodies of water all the time for acting like a shit.
Well, it's different though. You grew up in Texas.
Yeah,
We're also talking
that's
hot
where
water.
we fucking do it right.
Where finding a body of water was also lucky.
Oh my god,
True.
All
dude,
right.
you have no idea how spot on you are.
Another top scorer was early behavioral problems, which is, not surprising. That's acting like a douche when you're younger. Irresponsibility.
Not acting like a douche, acting like the coolest kid in a Thunderbird.
Actually,
Yeah.
what would you call the guy with the sunglasses in the movie Summer School? Right?
Coolest kid.
Cool.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
The one with the smokes.
Oh yeah.
Loved him.
Fucking suck his dick.
Why not?
I wish I wouldn't, though. I wish I wouldn't suck his dick. I wish
He
we
was
could
just
just
so-
be friends.
He was aggressive.
I'm gay!
Big gay Henry.
Wish this was a gay test.
Well, I think it's
Finally
turning
let
into
my
that.
hair down.
So irresponsibility was also high. Everyone scoring some points there. And then juvenile delinquency, Ben and Marcus, both 2s. Henry Zabrowski, 0.
I was a good kid.
I was
Whoa.
not very good. Yeah,
Terrible kid over here. I think
Yeah.
something about the small town. You grew
that's
up in New
what
York
it is,
City.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was a good
Can't
kid.
be that bad.
No, I was a little fat. Like I read, I was a very intense, sort of scary, haunted eyes child. But like, I would do lots of that, where I'd like stay up in the night and be like, I'd walk to the local library when I was like 9 and get books out on demonology. I remember reading a book on demonology by myself when I was 9 in the library, and like the security guard walks up, and is like, "Son, you think you should be reading that?" And I was like, "I like to study the things I fear."
That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean,
Sorry, speaking of which, I feel like that's a good segue to the things that you all scored 0s at.
Yeah.
fantastic.
The things that you all scored 0s: grandiose sense of self-worth.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm a
None of you, none of you believe in yourself whatsoever. Also, promiscuousness, 0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're really not that slutty of people.
I mean, Marcus is more slutty, but Marcus.
I'm
mentioned it.
reformed. All right.
You would be if you were with somebody, you wouldn't cheat on them.
No,
Mark
Yeah, that's
is only
promiscuous.
slutty because of the same woman that every attractive chick in high school is slutty. They're given tons of opportunities to be so.
Yeah,
It's like, I have no option to be slutty. I've never even so I just fancy my brain, be like, I'm just better than that.
Yeah,
But in reality, it's like,
will say-
nobody
true.
wants to have
No one
sex
wants to
with me.
fuck.
I
now.
will say that college was a lot of fun.
Well, that's fine.
But that was
I
it.
lived alone. I just lived in a state of zen-like aloneness,
Right.
for a long time. And people, it was like, oh, look at his self-control. You know,
Everybody thought that.
Yeah, but if
You
they
know.
just saw me and what I was doing by myself in that room,
Well, that's
they'd
the
know.
If popcorn was a woman, holy Lord, we've certainly come in a whole series of it.
If masturbation was relationships, man, I would have had thousands of relationships.
Well,
I have 3 a day.
on that note, you all surprisingly, I'll say, scored 0s at impulsivity.
Well, I thought the whole thing with the kid throwing I used to poop
I
on
thought
cars
we
a lot.
scored on him.
You were talking about the one with-
impulsivity, though. This is about sexy impulsivity. This
Oh,
is where
good God.
you meet the sexy thing at the bar and then you move her into your house. None of you would do that.
Well, move her into the house. Of course not. That you know how
would
big of a
want-
pain in the
what?
ass that would be. I mean, yeah. If I met the sexy thing at the sexy girl at the bar, and
And why
it's
is it
like,
called
all right,
thing?
let's take her home and fuck her.
Right.
But not have her move in.
But
That's
it's more
just
like
weird.
manic behavior.
Yeah.
It's manic behavior. It's taking someone. You get in a relationship and then it's like you fall in fucking love with them and then you want to get married to them and you want to bring them in your house and you want to do all that because you're a psychopath. You know?
No, but a psychopath couldn't
Just
bring a woman
because you're
into their
manic
house.
doesn't mean you're a psychopath, Henry.
Well, no, but
No, the
yes,
thing
you
is,
are.
if you
Yes,
are a psychopath,
there are forms of romance that is psychopathology.
I'm
Well-
just saying, you can't bring a chick over to your house when you have children, dead bodies all over the fucking chamber.
You're right. It's cramps your style.
You can't do it. I would
Listen,
never bring a. This is
the-
a disgusting idea.
The last one you guys all scored nothing at was many short-term marital relationships. So it seems like you guys are all monogamists.
Yeah.
Hey,
And committed
all right.
fellows. So, I mean, I guess you're saying you can't bring ladies over if you've got dead bodies stored everywhere. But it seems like even if you're a psychopath, you still got a lot of, soups on the stove or whatever the saying is.
We're lovers.
Fingers in the soups.
Fingers in the soup.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows it.
I just love a cold soup, and I like a hot soup.
So really, none of us are that crazy.
Well, you are, Ben.
All right.
But
What was the one that? What's the craziest part? What's the difference?
What's the question that was the craziest question that Ben said?
That Ben said yes to, and that none of you did.
And said immediately yes to.
Well, the only one Ben said. Well, okay, so here's one Ben said 2, and both of you said 0, and that was failure to take responsibility for your own actions. So that's when the kid drowns in the pool.
That makes
Fuck
fucking
the kid!
sense. That makes some fucking sense.
Learn how to swim.
You do that all the
Everybody
time.
needs to learn how to swim, though. And it's like, I am. The only thing I hated about that question was because you're on the phone with some hot dame. It's like, fuck the dame. I'm just like watching something. I'm doing something. You got to know how to swim if you're going to go to the pool. Who does that? Who's in the water if they don't know how to swim?
2 points closer to a psychopath.
Well, they die. I'm just saying. I'm no Casey Anthony. I'm just saying sometimes babies drown in pools, and they probably don't know how to fucking swim before they jump in them.
You also had high scores in need for stimulation and no remorse. Higher than these two.
I remember, I responded in no remorse, though.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point?
Marcus has a lot of remorse, but...
Marcus does have a lot of remorse, though.
I'm a guilt-ridden man.
That's the thing. He'll come up with something that he did in like 6th grade and just be like, I'm just shattered today. Why? Because I told little Timmy that I didn't like his bologna sandwich. I called it a gay sandwich.
You see, I got out from underneath the wavering shadow of Christ on the cross, so I don't feel these feelings anymore.
That's
I
a
don't
good
get it, 'cause
point.
I'm not even a Catholic.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just in you.
Yeah, it's just...
Start going to church, man.
It's a family thing.
I mean, we all do feel a little bit of remorse or regret, but mostly just regret that, like, they didn't love me enough. You know? It's like that's the thing that hurts the most.
I just wish they would have got me more.
Your regret is their fault.
No,
No,
of you
my
scoring
regret is
0 on grandiose sense of self-worth. That's why.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
That's nice.
Sad. I'm gonna let a kid drown, not gonna feel bad about it, but I don't feel good about myself
Either.
So think about that, you lucky bastard at the bottom of my pool. You would no longer have to live in this terrible
It
world.
was very interesting. So in our Chasing the Boogeyman, we did not find him here.
Did not find him here, per
Not
se.
really.
Not really. I mean, you're a low-level psychopath. You know?
Yeah.
So, Molly, what is your overall synopsis?
Oh, my overall synopsis?
Yeah, if you would have to, recommend one of us to date your daughter. She's a nice gal. God knows. She's studious. She's smart. And John's never even looked at her, so she's pure of heart. And who you hook her up with and why?
I'm doing really well right now. I'm upwardly mobile.
Shut up.
I was going to say,
survive
Ben,
in this
I'm
world.
not ever going to let you babysit my children.
Good idea. Busy. Too busy to do it anyway. Who cares?
I mean, going just off the test, I gotta say Henry.
Obvious choice.
Henry is the
Obvious choice.
Henry,
You want someone?
Your daughter's gonna be happy with
Cute
big
smile.
fat. He's gonna be bald by
Cute
the
smile.
time.
Listen, man. Glint in the eye of mischievousness and also a slight levity. You know what I mean? Pink,
It's
wonderfully
not glint in
white
the eye. It's a
skin.
little like bacon fat that's seeped in when you were fucking slaughtering
it's a
the
wink,
ham.
It's a wink and a smile. You think at any point I could disappear, shoot up a chimney. You know what I mean? It's like, is he magic? Will I have my daughter date a young Santa Claus? Imagine that. I'm Santa Claus as a hip 20
Yeah,
mid-20s.
that's a good point. By the time my daughter's old enough to date, Henry's going to be far too old for her. All of you would.
I'll pay her whole way for
I'm
school.
only getting
though.
younger with age. I am very good looking.
You each have your merits. Let's put it that way. Marcus is charmingly irresponsible.
Yeah, a rake. I think that's called rakish.
Yes, I'm very